What is going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, January 15th, episode 121 of the Tailgoats podcast. Cross-border beef. Canada invented it, America won it, and playoff previews. My name is Will Finn, and I'm joined today by my brother, Andy Finn. Andy, how are you doing?
I'm great on Thursday, January 15th, not Tuesday.
What did I say, Tuesday?
Yeah.
That was yesterday. We have a guest joining us on the show in the start of a series leading up to the Olympics, coming to us live from across the border, from the Prince Edward Island, a.k.a. the Garden of the Gulf, an island province of Canada. Welcome to the show, Karson Coughlin. How are you doing?
Perfect. Happy to be here.
Hey, listen, Andy, I'm going to let you do this intro and how we got here, getting Karson on the show, and welcome again. But Andy's been selling me this episode for the last 48 hours, and I was like, all right, you know what? This is kind of a dead week in Cleveland other than the coaching search and no other real big Cleveland sporting events going on. Obviously, we had the national championship Monday. I wish I was going to it, but my team isn't in it. And the coaching search, which is a big question mark, given that we know next to nothing. So, Andy, tell us how Carson's here, why he's here, and the backstory.
I think it's more of a story of guys being guys. If I'm being honest. I want to say over a year ago, we were playing NHL 25 online. We got matched up against Karson and a couple of his buddies in a 3-on-3 match. Great game. Came down to the last couple minutes. Someone on our team went AFK. Carson's team scores pretty much an easy 3-on-2 goal because someone's not playing. And after the game, they start spam inviting us like children do to invite into a party. And, probably a cup of rum and cokes in, agreed to join the party. And all I got was a lot of, sorry, Anton's going to be our first one, but just berated with shit talking by 3-4 Canadians, just hammering me, telling me how bad we suck at the game. We're Americans. We're terrible. I mean, it was just an onslaught of swearing.
How long ago was this?
I want to say it was 14 months ago, Karson, right?
Oh, I'd say all of it for sure.
Karson, how old are you?
23.
Okay, all right, good. Okay, now that we got that across for the shit talking and maturity and everything like that. All right, so how did you know they were Americans?
We didn't until we started talking. It was more like a trash talk, and then we just started being friends. By the end of the night, we had an Instagram group chat, and it just went from there.
Yeah, I had to call in reinforcements because it was 4 angry Canadians against myself. So naturally, I invited my party. The yelling lasted for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we said, "Why don't we just drink beer and on Xbox Live and play sixes instead of going against each other?" And played for quite some time. Made an Instagram group, and that thing's been pretty active for. I think there's 11 or 12 members in there now, and we've never met in person.
Not yet.
And it sounds like Andy, just minutes before the show's recording, told me that you are trying to come to Cleveland to go to a Browns game, and then I asked you just how far away is Prince Edward Island from Cleveland, Ohio.
Don't quote me on it, but I think it's 18 hours.
Listen, I can get to a lot of places in the United States in 18 hours, and I've never, even thought of driving into Canada. That drive's got to be just absolutely terrible.
I never done it personally, but
well, I understand.
I ain't driving 18 hours, say, to watch the Browns get shit pumped on Sunday.
All right, Karson.
Just shy of 20. Just shy of 20.
Listen, Karson, everybody that joins the show, new guests, we go through the teams and we got to figure out a couple different things here. And I understand, obviously hockey's likely number one for you, but we'll get to that in a minute. NFL, are you just a fan or who's your team?
Niners.
I love that, and they're still active. And I mean, Christian McCaffrey is one of the best players in the game. He's one of my favorite players. What about hoops?
I got to go with the only Canadian team, the Raptors.
Yeah, that's all right. Kawhi was kind of there for a minute. Anyways, next sport, the baseball.
Got to go with the Blue Jays.
All right, and we will have plenty to make fun of the Blue Jays here later. And hockey.
I was a Montreal fan, but one of my buddies converted me over to a Bruins fan.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Don't know if that's good or bad, but
well, no, I wouldn't say that's bad or good. I'm just surprised that you gave up on a Canadian team.
Well, I didn't really pay attention to NHL for a while, and then I picked it back up, and the push come to shove, now I'm a Bruins fan, I guess.
I know it's kind of I'm kind of disappointed that you've given up on a Canadian team, given that you haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967.
That's part of the reason why you give up on Canadian teams.
Well, I haven't given up just yet on the Browns, but that's an important note here. All right, so in the news this week with the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette. What's your thoughts on him and potentially not coming back to the Toronto?
He'd probably hurt.
He's not a big baseball guy. He mentioned before the show, and I failed to set him up, with this.
Yeah.
I said, hey, we're not going to talk baseball at all. Don't worry. It's a dead time, and the first thing you do is hit him with a baseball question.
No, that's okay. But listen.
I can make stuff up on the fly.
Then this is easy. Steakhouse in Toronto has offered Bo Bichette a lifetime deal of steak available to him if he were to sign with the Blue Jays. However, that's upset our friends over at PETA, who then responded that if he were to sign with the Blue Jays and take this offer instead, they would give him a lifetime supply of Viagra. Your thoughts?
Well, I don't think he needs the Viagra right away.
Well, you got to take one or the other, man. It's either the steak or the Viagra.
I'm a bigger fella, so I'm going with the steak.
That boy, I love to hear that. All right. And then, obviously, you did, I guess, basketball is higher than baseball.
What's that, sorry?
Oh, are you a bigger fan of hoops compared to baseball then? No.
Those aren't big sports up. Well, they're 20 hours north. I
understand that, but this is a sports podcast.
They dribble
I can't prepare.
It's going to shatter.
I'm sorry.
I could probably drive to Cleveland quicker than I could drive to Toronto.
Really? Oh yeah.
Say that one more. Say that one more time.
I can probably drive to Cleveland quicker than I can drive to Toronto.
There's no way.
It wouldn't be much difference, honestly.
Have you been to Toronto?
No.
All right, and you were never a Leafs fan, right?
No.
Yeah, they're like the Dallas Cowboys of hockey. They're all hype and no hardware, really.
Every year is their year, but they never won a cup since '67. So,
right.
When are they going to give up?
No, I really don't know. So, Andy, you talked earlier that you wanted to do a bit of the NFL playoffs today. We had a very good weekend. We went 4-2 in the wild card, and as everybody knows at home, with primetime picks, there's 13 playoff games, and we went 4-2. And I think we should talk a little bit more about this upcoming weekend because we have some massive games.
Yeah, last weekend's in the past. And, to start the show, you talked on coaching changes. I can't remember more coaching changes in one offseason than this year. I think there's 9 vacancies right now. And one, just popping up this week after the Steelers lose. Mike Tomlin steps down as head coach.
Not fired.
Correct. Not fired, which means he would have to be traded.
Correct.
In order to go to another team. So the Steelers still own the rights to him. So I'm interested to see what that trade looks like and who they're willing to wheel and deal with. But some interesting stuff can happen. He'll definitely be somewhere coaching next year. Just obviously, I don't think it's going to be anywhere in the NFC North AFC North.
Andy, Karson, Our first game this weekend is at 4:30, and it's got the number 1 seeded Denver Broncos and 1.5 point favorites hosting the Buffalo Bills, a team that a lot of people still think is the team to beat in the AFC. The bookmakers have this one very close at 1.5 points. Both teams are actually favored on the money line. Initial thoughts, Karson, who do you got in this game?
I got to take the Bills.
Any reason?
This is Josh Allen's year. Mahomes ain't in it. Burrow's not in it. If he's going to do it, now's the time.
Yeah, I'm curious if that pressure will ever get to him, knowing like everyone's saying like this is it for you. You gotta get past a very good defense in Denver, but this team hasn't been that that Broncos team. I think that everyone is blowing them up to be. A couple unimpressive wins against Kansas City and the Chargers down the road, and a week off. I'm interested to see what that week off is going to do to them. So I'm going to ride with the Bills still on the road.
Yeah, I'm leaning Bills here. I think that the Broncos are above average, are very good at nearly everything, but I understand they do have Peyton as their coach, but the experience matters here, and I think that this is just one of those games that the Bills can get over the hump and into the AFC Championship, sending the Broncos, who were on the bye last week, home. Moving on to 8 o'clock. Karson, this is your team, your squad, and there's no respect coming in on the line. The San Francisco 49ers will be going on the road as 7-point dogs, visiting the number 1 team in the NFC, the Seattle Seahawks, number 1 seeded team. They're 7-point favorites, minus 350 on the money line. 49ers plus 280 on the money line. And this one's tough because I'm trying not to jinx them very much, but I think the 49ers can make it to the Super Bowl. I think there's a huge lack of respect here. Obviously, there's a little bit of money coming in on the 49ers, given that it's 7 points. But what are your thoughts on the game, Karson?
I got to ride Niners. We're going to beat them, but it's going to be a hard fight. I think Sam Darnold's going to get the playoff ghost he always had.
Yeah.
But the injury in George Kittle's going to hurt for sure.
You got a good backup in Tongas.
And I've seen stuff on Facebook there a while ago. I don't know how much truth there is to it. Fred Warner's practicing again, thinking he's coming back, so that's a big plus.
Really?
Yeah. That's a huge gain for them. I think, I don't know how many times this happens where you start the season and end the season with an opponent and end up playing them in the playoffs as well. I don't know if it's ever, and they were great games. 49ers look great. They just got to keep the ball in the hands of their playmaker. Let CMC do his thing. Last week you saw the emergence of Demarcus Robinson. Where's he been? That starts the game off with a huge catch, finished with over 100 yards, and then Philly just kind of looked lost. But I think San Francisco played a perfect game on the road, and they're going to be road warriors. I think they're going to go do that again. 7's way too many. And I said that last week for the 49ers. 6 was too many. 7's too many. I don't know if they get the win, but I like them getting 7 points.
Moving on to Sunday, no 1 o'clock game. We're going to play at 3 o'clock. Texans fresh off their decisive victory, where I thought that given C.J. Stroud completely and totally tried to give that game away, they should have blown out the Steelers. They're coming into the game 3-point dogs, plus 150 on the money line, visiting the number 2 seeded New England Patriots, minus 3, minus 178 on the money line. The lowest total of the weekend at 41.5. Andy, kick this one off. How you see it going?
Yeah, playoff football's back in Foxborough. A good team's back in Foxborough, and Drake May has proven to be a very good quarterback. C.J. Stroud's shown way too much shakiness throughout the year. Pats have a great defense. I like Pats, and I think it'll blow out.
Karson.
And you pretty well summed her up.
Yeah,
Drake May is young and hungry. I think he's going to go a few more rounds yet.
Yeah, the Texans were able to run the ball and grind that game out. I don't see them. I just don't see them being able to run the ball against the Patriots like that. And I have no idea what got into C.J. Stroud. It was almost as if he was entirely trying to throw the game. Last but not least, our last divisional game of the weekend will be 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Los Angeles Rams, fresh off their victory, they didn't cover against the Panthers, but they're 3.5-point favorites on the road going to the NFC North champion Chicago Bears, plus 3.5. This game is a 48.5-point total, minus 200 on the money line for the Rams, plus 168. Karson, how do you see this one going?
I can't go with the Rams. I got to go Bears.
What's the reason? Is there hate for Stafford or
more hate for one of my buddies? He's a big Rams fan.
Oh, this is personal.
I can't let him know that I'm cheering for the Rams, but it's going to be a good game.
All right.
It's going to be a cold game. I think the high set at 6 degrees there, which,
jeez.
What's that Celsius? We always got to convert when we're talking.
That's cold. That's all I know.
It's pretty cold. I think, with this one, I don't know if it's going to be a shootout. You saw kind of both games last week. One team had the lead, was kind of running away with it, and let the Panthers come back down to earth. The other one fought from behind to get a good win. I think there was some poor clock management on the Packers' part. Man, this is a coin flip to me, though. Bears home field advantage, meaningful football again in Chicago. The spread only being 1.5. Man, if I had to pick right now, I think I got. Oh, sorry, spread's 3.5. 3.5. I think I'm going to take the Bears getting that 3.5 at home.
Andy, I think this is a clear case of the books trying to beg people to take the Bears here. Honestly,
I can see that.
Yeah, the 3.5 points, especially the half point. I don't think I'm going to be. I don't think I'm going to fall into that. But obviously, if you're following here, the link to the Discord is in the bio. That's where we'll put all our official picks. We are 3 wins away from clinching a damn near a winning playoff. So we could get it done in this round. It would be really, really nice to go 3-1. Obviously, goal here for this weekend is to survive in advance, go 2-2. But Andy, let's get greedy and get that third win. I don't know which one. I think this one's going to be the toughest one, and I'm going to be nervous going into Sunday night if we're 2-1, just like we were. We were 3-1 going into. Hold on a second. We were 3-2 going into the Monday night game, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that was huge. Getting that 4th win. Update on the futures: Seattle Seahawks plus 270, Rams plus 320, Patriots plus 550. And Bills plus 600 to win the Super Bowl. If you still think that the Bills can do it, you can get them at plus 600, $6 to $1, 6-1 right now. I am pleasantly surprised to see that the 49ers are plus 2,000, man.
Wow. I think that's worth putting a little bit of money on. Even if it's $10. I mean, $5.
No, I 100% agree. Andy, moving on to your big game, and your number 10 Miami Hurricanes are 8.5-point dogs, plus 275 on the money line. Indiana just absolutely demolished Oregon. It was never close. They're just a well-oiled machine right now. And Andy, what's it going to take?
I mean, this is where they want to be. They want to be dogs again. They've covered all 3 games, dogs in 2 of them. This is kind of where they were at against Ohio State. And, what happened in that game? Ohio State was 9.5 favorite, and Miami wins by 10. You're playing, though, the Heisman winner in Mendoza. Last week, he was making throws against the Ducks that were, you're the number 1 draft pick. You're the Heisman winner. They were NFL quality throws. Wherever he does land up, mostly Vegas, I think they're going to have a very good quarterback. And, Miami, the tough task, be the first team to beat him this year. With that, the game being in Miami, that home field advantage, I think that needs to be a factor. And you need to keep the team, be in the game for all 60 minutes. But what we saw last week, there was a lot of flags. There was a lot of bad penalties. That needs to be limited. Limit those, limit turnovers, play with discipline, be smart with the ball. You're going to have the energy. You're going to have the swagger, but you can't have late hits. You can't have targeting. All those unnecessary penalties need to go. with that, slow down defense, slow down Indiana's rushing attack, make Mendoza uncomfortable in the pocket, pressure him a lot, force him to throw the balls, force him into mistakes. I think with that, defense gets off the field quick, keep them off the field, and do the thing that they've done all playoff long. Hammer the run game, have that O-line wearing them down. You've got, I think, an average of 50-pound difference on every lineman, offensive lineman versus Indiana's front four. That's a lot of weight. Use that body mass and just beat them down on the run game and keep the ball out of Carson Beck's hands. Only use him when you need to. You've got Fletcher he's a beast back there. Jordan Lyles still hasn't seen the field. Pringle's barely seen the field. Brown's been out there. So use your running backs and use them a lot. And then you also got Malachi Toney back there. When you beat him down, that opens up the field for Toney to make plays. You saw all these other receivers step up last week. So I think those are the keys to victory. I'm nervous for it already. I've been nervous for all these games. The good thing is this is the last time I got to be nervous this year. And hopefully, Miami's hoisting the trophy at home and, getting their first one since 2001.
We haven't really seen Fernando Mendoza really challenged or pressured Andy since the Big Ten championship. And look at the score of that game. Ohio State was able to really keep him in check. I think I agree with you on next to everything there that he has to have a muddy jersey. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully the weather holds up and doesn't become one of those sloppy games, because I think you want to see a clean game played out on a clean field. But I think you look at the film from all this year and go back, look at how Iowa played them. Look at even how Old Dominion kept them to, Old Dominion lost, but 27-14, like that's a team you should be blowing out. Go look at those game films and find out like what worked in those games. And Miami is a better defense than all those teams. So, mimic those game plans and just be physical. You got to make those receivers uncomfortable like you made Ohio State's guys uncomfortable, afraid to catch the ball. When you control that emotion and have the crowd behind you from the start, it's got to be a kickoff. It can't be mid-third quarter where everyone's getting pumped up. It's got to be from when they kick the ball off.
Oh, you can't fall behind on them. If you're down 14, it's over. I'm sorry. Karson, are you guys into college football at all or no?
Playoffs, that's about it.
Yeah, I know. Outside the United States, I mean, especially in Europe and elsewhere, they think it's kind of goofy at how serious we take it.
There's a lot of games every week. I enjoy watching. I enjoy college football more than I enjoy NFL. Maybe not this time of year. Like playoffs is always good for NFL. Like last weekend, 5 out of 6 games were some of the best football games all year in that wild card round.
Andy, where do you want to take this next? Do you want to do some puck?
I mean, we have to. We've got someone from Nova Scotia on here.
Carson, give us off the rip. Who's your biggest surprise team this year? Maybe somewhere where someone's at in the standings. Give me something here.
I got to go with the Leafs.
As in disappointed or?
Disappointed, yeah. They're usually a top 5 team, and they're just fighting for a wild card spot there right now, halfway through the season. It's kind of sad, really.
I can't. I was looking at stands. I can't believe we're halfway through. Everyone's almost at 50 games already. It's wild. For me, Will, I think surprise-wise, I'm definitely going with the San Jose Sharks. I mean, the rookie Celebrini, 70 points. I think he's 3rd in points. As a rookie, I think his kid's 19 years old. He was drafted in 2024, and 70 points that's unheard of a guy that's, obviously being a pick 1-1. The expectation is to do that, but to do that at 19 in the NHL, man, that's freaking wild.
Karson, who you got winning it all so far?
NHL?
Yes.
I got to ride Boston.
Why?
That's his team.
I know. I'm asking why, though.
I don't know. I just got a good young core, and I think they're going to go deep in the playoffs if they make it.
Andy, early in the season, I enjoyed like watching a lot of Utah Mammoth games. Believe it or not, Carson, I'm actually I can't like dog Canada too much because I love McDavid and the Oilers. I know you can rip on me all you want, but
Oh no, McDavid is one of the best to ever do
oh,
it.
we can't disrespect him on here, can we?
No,
Okay, so
I
explain to
don't
me
think
the whole country's love for McDavid.
he's just unreal. Sometimes I think he's a robot. I've never
So
seen somebody play the game so well before.
Any chance he gets moved?
After the 2 years is up, if they don't win a cup, they've been close. Championship finals the last 2 years. I can see them trading him to take the big payout that they're looking for, but I don't know. It's hard to say, really.
if Edmonton makes a move for a goalie that can carry them back to the cup, because as you know, it's so hard to get there, let alone win it. What do you think that's the jolt that they need, or do they need more?
A goal is a good place to start.
Well, it's been the
Stuart Skinner,
problem.
he's not a playoff goaltender. If anything, a goaltender in the NHL at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't talk about my favorite. I think it's got to be Colorado. Their goaltending's been phenomenal this year. I think they're averaging only just over 2 goals a game against. I mean,
they've only given up 103 goals this year in 45 games.
Yeah, and that's not even just from their starter. That's from their backups as well. And
right,
when you've got that many good guys in net, it doesn't matter who you're throwing out there. It's like, hey, we're gonna beat you with Blackwood, while Wedgwood sits and opens up the door. And yeah, his goals against average is better than our starter. I mean,
and they haven't lost a single game in regular time at home this year.
It's wild. That's wild. But Carson, how many times have we seen teams like that? Like, prime example, the Bruins, where they're the best team all year, and then I think the Bruins lost or got swept first round, or no, they lost in 7 to Montreal.
I don't quite remember.
It was a couple years back, but they lost to the Panthers.
Yes, that's who it was. The Panthers.
It was when the Panthers made that run. Bruins, I think they were the President's Cup winner that year, and Panthers
they broke records that year.
Yeah, the Panthers come in and beat them in 7, and that's one of the best things about hockey. That's why I love playoff hockey. Is all you gotta do is get in. Some of these other playoffs, let's say specifically like NBA and maybe sometimes MLB, some of those teams that get in just get walked. They get swept easily, and it can happen in NHL. But you see competitive games, and those guys fight for however many games they get in the series.
One great thing about hockey is you can never count out the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. Carson, we took this relatively seriously, and I think the casual fan got out and support Team USA last year for the NHL Four Nations. What was your guys' real take on it? Was it important? Was it important or no?
Yes, it was very important last year, just for the fact that the talk of us becoming the 51st state and all that stuff, and all the stuff going on in the States and all the stuff going on in Canada, it put a little more oomph into the game. It'll give you something else to fight for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely was at its peak back then, and obviously you guys didn't have a lot of nice things to say about us, and I think that it was our constant rib jabbing at the whole entire country for really no reason whatsoever, other than I don't know, like friendly confined banter between two countries that, quite frankly, to me, doesn't really make a lot of sense whatsoever, because we don't really hate each other over anything, really.
No, it made the tournament a lot better though.
Yeah. So going into this Olympic year, you guys won it last year, and this is really your tournament. If there's any tournament that has been Canada's, this is it. How are you feeling going into this Olympics? Because it's right around the corner.
I feel good. We got a good lineup. The States also got a great lineup, probably the best team in the league, but we always pull a magic trick coming on to the end of the gold medal game and always seem to come out on top, so I'm confident we'll do that again.
Why do you think that is? Do you think there's a mental aspect to it that this is just another trophy or ring you guys can put in your back pocket? No, tell me. I seriously, because there's the World Baseball Classic's coming around the corner. Baseball used to be our game, and it used to be a joke that it got even removed from the Olympics, baseball. Insert the World Baseball Classic. I think, Andy, what was the inaugural year, 2017 or so?
No.
Earlier?
2006.
Yeah.
I'm going to fact check that, but.
Okay, go for it. I thought that there's only been, I think, 4 different winners. Japan, the United States, the Dominican Republic, and I believe Cuba, and that's it.
2006.
Wow, good for you, Andy. And name the winners then.
It was Japan that year.
Right.
Daisuke Matsuzaka beat
Unbelievable.
Cuba.
Unbelievable. And that's coming right around the corner. That'll be actually after the Olympics. I'm hoping to go to the final. Our very own man, Mark, the man in the middle, will be representing Team Panama in Puerto Rico during pool play. So obviously, we'll be pulling for Team Panama to get out of pool play, which they got a shot. But back to the important stuff here. What about Sweden, guys?
I mean, always tough. They came out on top in the World Juniors, right?
Yeah.
Unexpected that USA, especially being the host country, got bounced early in the playoff, and I don't know. Sweden's always a tough team. I think they fly below the radar, especially after the Four Nations last year. Just that there was so much focus on USA Canada that nobody really talks about Sweden, and they're still they're a loaded team in my opinion.
Yeah, Andy, what's the Olympic setup? Is it pool play?
Well, if you're gonna talk setups, have you seen the scoreboard?
It's unbelievably small. I mean,
Karson, have you seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, you gotta see it. Listen, if the Olympics were in the United States, we'd have the biggest damn scoreboard. You'd be able to see. You'd be able to see the little like dimples on the puck. This thing is unbelievable that you're barely going to be able to see anything on there.
Yeah.
Well, the rink's not even to Olympic size.
It's not.
Excuse me. What are we doing?
The ice pad's not Olympic size.
I saw it keeps melting as well during games.
Perfect.
I did see earlier that the players' organization and the NHL has approved the playing surface. They said it's good enough. So
good enough. That's what we want.
Good enough.
The best athletes playing on a surface that's just good enough to qualify.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Oh my God. I don't know what else to add to that. I mean, I'm looking at Canada plus 135, USA plus 190. Those numbers are going to rapidly change throughout the tournament. Sweden's plus 550. I don't want to really forget. Obviously there's no Russia. The Russian players still won't get to play. You got any thoughts on that? Andy stays out of that and doesn't know what to say.
But Russia not being in it?
Yes. Can you explain to Andy that you're just not allowed to steamroll other countries with tanks and then be expected to play in international competitions?
That's about it, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. All right, listen, Karson, it's been a blast to have you on, but I want to give you a bit of mic time because I noticed your jacket. What's that logo on your jacket?
Oh, it's a lobster boat.
Okay. What's the difference between a fishing boat and a lobster boat?
There's
Not much
lobsters on
difference.
it.
Well, Andy, that's really fucking stupid. Can you let him talk?
I guess there's not much difference. It depends what kind of lobster boat you're talking about.
Well, how
Like what
about
kind of
how
fishing boat you're
about you
talking
tell me
about.
the differences? I just want to know how. I love fishing. How do you go? Fish? It's not even fish. Is it lobstering?
We
Are
call
you
it fishing,
professional?
but I wouldn't say a professional.
Well, then what are you? Are you
I'm
just
a
a lobster?
fisherman.
He's a captain.
You're a captain of a
Yes.
lobster. Okay. What's the name of the boat?
River dancer.
River Dancer.
How's
Yeah.
that? How's that named?
How'd you
I
come up
bought
with
it
that
like
name?
that.
You
I
bought it
bought
like
the
that,
boat. I bought the boat.
and
like
then you
that.
didn't. Karson, do you own the company?
Yes.
Okay. How many people work for you?
One.
Is it just you?
No. Me and
Oh,
another
okay, I was
fella.
gonna say shut the fuck up. All right.
Most people have 3, but I only have 1.
All right.
Is he like a first mate or what is he?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't be second, mate.
Is this something you don't want to talk about, Karson? I thought this was gonna be an
I'll
interesting.
talk about it all. I'll talk about it all night if you want.
Okay, the size of the boat. How long is it?
42 feet.
Okay, so it's a bit of a bigger boat than like a lot of what I would see at the boat show this weekend in Cleveland. You're not coming.
You're probably looking at sport fishing boats, probably like
Correct. Okay,
your center
so
consoles and stuff.
yes. Okay. How long are you out on the water?
They're
hold
12 to 14
Andy.
hours.
Go through the season. Talk about the
Yeah.
setup, the season, how long, like
yes.
when you start setting up, because you're off season right now. When do you start getting your shit together? When's the season start?
Usually pick at it all through the winter, getting the traps ready and the rope and the buoys. And the season starts around April 24th. And then we go right to June 24th. 10 weeks usually. You're there till it's done.
And then that's it. You
Yep,
work 10.
yep.
You work 10 weeks out of the 52 weeks of the year.
My father owns a gear as well. I fish with him in the fall. We call it spring and fall season. That goes from August to October.
What are you trying to catch?
Lobsters. It's just 2 different seasons.
Oh, okay. 2 different lobster seasons.
Yep.
All right. Are they different types of lobsters?
Nope, they're the same. It's just different sides of the island.
Are you able to ship me any lobster meat?
I probably could.
How hard would that be?
I've never really looked into live.
No. I don't want to.
Live.
I don't want a live lobster behind me. I mean, if you make that happen, I promise it'll be. I could start a Twitch channel of just that lobster in a tank. I know you think it's crazy. People watch that stuff. What's that channel? The shrimp. The shrimp. Yeah. People watch that stuff.
What is it? Just a shrimp in a tank?
No.
Yeah.
It's lots of neon shrimp. I know you probably think I'm crazy, but you could probably catch a lobster and put a tank on it and make money off of it. I'm not kidding.
I should try that.
I
All right,
do
give
have
us
a lobster story while we're
talking
about lobsters.
Need your best one.
I don't know how many people have a lobster story, so
I'm ready for it.
yeah. We were at Whitey's, which is an establishment. I think it's in Richfield, Ohio, and back. I think this is 2013, maybe 2011. They had one of those lobster claw machines where you could win a lobster and they cook it. Well, we were there for a fundraiser and it was packed, and I decided I was going to play this claw machine, and I won a lobster on the first try. Well, because it was packed, they didn't want to cook it, and no one wanted to put it back in the aquarium, the claw machine. So I just held this lobster for about 2 hours, and like I was putting it on the bar, and this thing was crawling across the bar. And, like no bartenders or anyone said anything to me. I want a cooler, so I went in the bathroom and put water in it, and then put the lobster in the cooler. I didn't think the fresh water did too well on it. I don't know. It kind of the chlorine might have messed them up a little bit. But eventually, when the place started to slow down, they took the lobster away from me and gave me a certificate to come back and get a lobster dinner. But he had a good time. I hope I showed that lobster the time of his life. We definitely fed him some beer. He listened to a lot of music with us. He had a blast. We kept the rubber bands on his claws though, for our safety and his.
Oh no, take them off. They don't hurt you.
We should have had him shotgun a beer looking back at it. Like, can I get the can closed? Like, this guy's gonna kick it off for us.
You gotta give us a story, Karson.
I don't know. There's too many. I don't know what one to pick.
Nothing like no boat almost sinking.
No, not yet. Anyway.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
it's
good.
terrifying.
Let's not put that bad luck out there.
Do you? So walk me through it. Do you drop trowel and go pick it up, or are you like dragging something? Like, how do you catch a lobster?
Oh, there's wooden traps. They're 26 inches wide and 4 feet long. They get 2 hoops, and then their back funnel comes into a parlor, we call it. And there's 6 tied to each buoy. And you just fish them, put bait in them, run them off, and pick them up the next day.
So
You
you're
do
just
that every day?
Yeah.
how far out?
Anywhere from 14 to 2 miles. It's not very far.
And are you just marking them GPS?
Yeah. We got
And
plotters.
And you can find them. You don't ever lose trowel.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh,
So sometimes somebody runs over them, cuts them off, and then you
that's
get a little tuning at the wharf, and then
that's terrible.
Have you seen a fist fight at the wharf?
not yet.
Oh,
The place where I fish is only 9 boats, and then the place where my dad fishes in the fall, there's only 9 boats as well. So
Oh, so it's almost like running over a needle in a haystack.
basically,
But still, I'd be pretty fucking pissed off if
yeah. Someone cut my line.
yeah, it sucks. Every trap's usually around $180 to replace.
How big is the buoy?
That's
Is it just a cork?
no, it's about the size of I want to say a 2-liter pop bottle.
Oh, so this is very easy to run over.
It's easily done.
Now-
I've done it multiple times myself.
Is lot.
Is that Michelob Ultra infused?
No,
What do you do if you run over someone else's trowel?
you call them we got VHFs. You call them on the VHFs and tell them. They kind of tell you what they think of you right quick, and then you just go on about your day.
But you just, oh my God.
We got things we can drag that hooks the rope between the traps. You can 9 times out of 10 you can get them back.
Have you ever scuba dived for the trowel?
No,
Is it impossible to go down and get it?
no.
How deep is it?
We're losing you.
Yeah, we're losing you, Karson. What's going on?
No, we're starting to lose you. I don't know if the AirPods are dying or we're picking something else up, but
Well, listen. That's a good stopping point because we're at 43 minutes, and Karson, listen. I don't know if you can hear us. I had a blast with you on here. I think it's gonna be a bit more fun towards the Olympic time because the trash talking, and we'll get a lot of different content out of you. And I hope you had fun. Yeah,
he's saying, yeah, he's kind of looking. He's giving us a thumbs up.
Yeah, we could barely hear you, Andy. I think we're gonna just hand it over to Jameis.
Go Canes, baby.
You know, one thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
This has been another Tailgoats podcast, powered by Go Cleveland Productions.